What's up, nerds? Welcome to SpeedGaming 2 for another Link to the Past randomizer tournament matchup, this time between StructuralMike and Ticknaldo. My name is Tyler Salt, joined in the booth for the first time in a little while. Cool Papa Bell, 2282. How have you been?
I have been doing great, excited to watch a lot of great rando in the last couple of weeks, and this should be another excellent matchup.
Absolutely. Two very, very good players, both qualified in the first quartile for the tournament. Ticknaldo ended up finishing, I believe, second in his group. StructuralMike finished first. So Mike, the higher seed here in brackets, and did take game one the other day. So we've got some open hard for you today, tournament hard for you. So heart pieces as far as the eye can see.
Just absolutely everywhere. Yes, you can still get to 20 hearts. It's mostly in pieces, though, rather than full hearts. We also have non-progressive bows, which is also sort of interesting for logic and whatnot. So, nice little wrinkle there.
And then a little bit less on the safety front. No, we are stuck on green mail. No shields other than the first one. No gold sword. And no half magic are the big ones for this mode, but we should be underway here in just a moment. Looking forward to a really good race.
Yeah, also limited to one bottle, I believe. So that also...
I think is it one or two?
I was thinking one, but
I can never remember. There's so many dang hard modes. We need, all right, just shout outs to the Racing Council or whatever. We need one hard mode. I want one hard mode by the time the next tournament comes around. Hard mode should mean something, and there shouldn't be 17 of them. But anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, should be kicking off here in just a few seconds.
All right. Good luck, runners. Good luck, chat. Good luck to Nervendulch, our tracker. Thank you for doing that. We should be underway here momentarily. And we're off. StructuralMike with the excellent MSU choice of Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. Very good one.
And Ticknaldo starting with the Uncle route. Gonna get a tree pull. Found 300 rupees already in the house, so no complaints there.
Mike getting 3 bombs from the Sank chest is not going to go ahead and do the bush crab, the LJ check in particular. Did kill a guard there so he can get the tree pull. No, Uncle dropping us a glove here. Nice little 5 rupee drop here from the bush crab there, getting Mike a little bit closer. 35 rupees, I think, is like just a little bit short of what he'd like to go into CAC with.
Yeah, as long as he can find at least a few rupees in chest, that'll be enough to do bottle vendor.
He needs 5 more, I think, because they're 30... 40, 50.
Although that is one of the things about tournament hard, right, is that so many of the rupees are removed from the pool to make room for all those heart pieces that...
That's true.
You're a little less likely to find them.
Ticknaldo picking up a sword and the ether medallion in the back of Escape, as well as the key. Not going to go ahead and do Dark Cross here. We're going to finish that up later.
Ooh, there's our other glove.
Early mitts. Ugh. You hate to see it.
That is always sort of a brutal decision when you just have mitts Dark World access while you're in Kakariko. It's like, do I go in now? What do you do?
Yeah. Mike did find some rupees, though. He will be fine for Bottle Vendor after the well, after the 20 that he's guaranteed to get in there. Just 10 arrows on Lumberjack, so not doing Aga for that today. And with the myths already, Aga on life support.
It's a very little thing, but I like that Mike did Blind's Hut first, so that, you know, he would know if he needs to loop through the well a second time to grab a few more rupees.
Yeah. Do people do the well first anymore? I haven't seen that in forever.
Maybe I'm just old-fashioned.
Perhaps. I sure did not see Ticknaldo's map check there. I didn't see a dang thing. Something that was maybe red on Desert Palace.
Yeah, and all crystals in the light world.
You love to see it.
Ticknaldo also hopped into the sewers real quick and found a sword in there, so...
Yeah, as well as that ether medallion. So really our next big thing is, where is that moon pearl? Where is that going to show up? A blessed seed with an early OK boomerang. Let's go.
Of course, one of our full heart pieces is stuck on the library ledge.
Naturally. There are only 4 of those in the pool. Now there are 3. I was not getting that one. So to give you a little look at this part of the bracket, StructuralMike came out of groups as the 13 seed. And is up 1-0 on Ticknaldo. Here, the winner of this matchup will play the winner of Hydropower 78 and Magnet Hands in the next round. That should be a fun series, that Hydra Magnet series.
Yeah, and you always get such great rewards in when you win in brackets. It's like, oh, you won a really hard match. Here's someone else who's really good at
Oh yeah, no, everybody at this point in the tournament is a problem. I was talking to Dapper Wormman the other day, and he said, at this point, right, there are 2 kinds of people left in this tournament: people who I don't want to play, and people who I really don't want to play. Shout outs to Dapper, who left the tournament in, I gather, a painful way last night to number 1 seed overall Tam.
I mean, there's no shame in losing to Tam. So
no. A lot of people lose to Tam. We love you too, Tam. So far, not a ton. We've got mitts, or at least Ticknaldo does. Mike will get them when he eventually does the front of escape. Still looking for that moon pearl. Would love to see a hammer as well. There's our silver arrows. As Papa mentioned earlier, there are no they're not progressive bows in this mode. The bow and the silver arrows are separate items. So now we know we have those, which is nice.
And Mike is going to head west. We'll get the early Agina's Cave check.
Shout outs to all my Agina rushers out there. Got to actually open the chest there, Mike. There we go. All right. I imagine this is save and quit to Link's house, and we're going to go finish those South Shore checks going the other way. Luckily, Mike has a sword. All right. Well, now we got 2 bombs. That's good. That's what we needed over here. Ticknaldo not going to head over to Agena, picking up his silver arrows, headed right over to Mini Moldorm Cave, using that red boom to full advantage, picking up some rupees, and pulling out the ether medallion for Mini Moldorm Cave. I love this.
Nice.
Oh, a reminder to people, please, if you are a racer in this tournament, turn on reduced flashing when you generate your race ROM, especially if you're being restreamed. We would appreciate it. Thank you.
The Mini Moldorms cooperating, and they were in the magic drop pack, so refunding some of that magic from the ether medallions there.
Oh. Ticknaldo getting crabbed there a little bit. Both runners very cognizant of exactly how many rupees they have. 20 rupee stun prize, though.
Yeah, that's definitely exciting if you're thinking about Zora.
Which Mike clearly is.
It is a little bit unfortunate to fake Flipper right now without Moon Pearl, though, because you're sort of isolating that waterfall cave.
Yeah, I don't love... Oh, there's our Moon Pearl. So,
there we
never
go.
mind. I don't like walking back down to fake Flipper anyway. Mike's going to do it with that Moon Pearl. And guaranteed to get Zora money here. Yeah, walking down to fake Flipper feels real slow to me for a bunch of checks that are out of logic. But also nice to just get them out of the way. Ticknaldo taking that Moon Pearl and headed into the Dark World. So that save and quit makes a lot more sense for Ticknaldo having those mitts.
Yeah, knowing he's got that Dark World access immediately is just going to go ahead and follow that logic into the Village of Outcasts.
Mitts were on Uncle, or there was a glove on Uncle at least, and the other gloves were in Blind's Hut. All right, we got a red crystal at Thieves Town, green pendant TR. Our other pendants are Pod and Swamp. So our 3 highest density item dungeons are all pendants.
You just love to see it.
It's a fantastic video game that we play here.
Also, that green pendant Turtle Rock just sets up all sorts of weird Ice Rod-based fetch quest possibilities.
Oh, man. Gross. Mike did have to get that that refill on the right-hand side there, and so did have to do a double take on those on a waterfall ferry there, but manages it. Oh, and there's our bow.
Oh, no way to get that.
We can get this. We can do this. You can ancilla fake Flipper with red boom and bombs. We'll see if it is not super straightforward. It requires a good bit of tight timing, especially on this one. 3 more bombs certainly helps. So we're going to see Mike give this a shot. No, he's just going to save and quit. It might be too... I know you can fake Flipper with red boom and bombs. It might be too tight to do it at that on the waterfall there because of the need to do 2 fake Flippers essentially.
Right.
The timing might not work out. But that is a nice piece of information for Mike for sure. And Mike is going to get his mitts here from Uncle.
Yeah, and that's really fascinating that Mike has that information and Ticknaldo doesn't. Because if we find something that gives us a little bit easier ancilla fake Flipper, your Cane of Samaria, those kinds of things, Mike might head back up there much, much sooner to grab that bow.
And he also is going to bail on the front of Escape, taking those mitts and running straight over to the Dark World. Okay, so yeah, chat is confirming that actually that red boom bombs setup does not is probably not going to work on the Zora ledge, because with that setup, you need to throw the red boomerang into the wall to get the little clink, the little impact sprite, to fill up an ancilla slot in order for it to work. So you're not going to be able to do that twice, which is what you would need to make that work in at the Zora ledge spot. So, but good piece of info for Mike, and we're in the Dark World sub 15 minutes. Oh,
holy! Game just wanted to show us items everywhere.
That was a hook shot up on a bumper ledge. So we need that cape. Mike really pushing these stun prizes, planning for, and needed money for chess game. Did not have enough, or was very close to it at least. Chess game and dig game looming.
I think these two runners have already used the boomerang more this seed than I did this entire tournament. So.
I love all this use for the OK Boomerang. I hope that Mike is leaning on it super hard because he knows that I'm commentating and that I love the OK Boomerang. But we shall see. I don't think Ticknaldo knows who I am. That's okay.
Definitely comes in very handy in stunning those Gibdos that no one likes.
Oh, yeah. All right, we're into Thieves Town now. This is beatable, but not quite full clearable. Still looking for that hammer.
This is one of the decision points that could distinguish our runners a little bit. Not a lot of possibility for route divergence when you get your midst Dark World access, right? Yeah. You only have one option. But this dive into Thieves Town is definitely something that people might consider putting off until they have that hammer. We'll see if both of our runners wind up making the same choice here.
Well, that's 3 items in the front and no small key. So I feel a lot more comfortable just YOLOing this. I'm of the opinion that nothing is ever in the Thieves Town big chest. Nobody's ever been burned by that in the history of Rando. It's weird, actually. You'd think that it would have happened once by now, but it hasn't. But at any rate, with only one item and still needing to find the small key for it to be locked in the big chest, absolutely just gonna go ahead and clear this out here.
Also found that Bombo's medallion, so medallion concerns are gone.
That's also access to, we don't have the flippers yet, but we can now get into Ice Palace if we really want to.
Mm-hmm. Ticknaldo handling these caterpillars very nicely with the dodging and then a couple boomerang stunts.
I saw Oro in chat. I still have nightmares about the 2019 Mentor Tournament match between me and Oro, where both of us died in our group stage match between to those crickets in the attic bombable floor room. That's fun. At least we both died.
We've all been there.
Yeah. That's a brutal death.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. That was a map. So there are 2 items here, but looks like our small key is locked in the big chest anyway. So we are all set for here for Thieves Town.
Of course, we're obligated to mention the logical implication there, which means that blind is hammer locked officially,
Yes.
in case we find any progression there. Oh, I didn't see what happened, but Ticknaldo got off the blind script a little bit. He's into phase 3, and no problem.
There we go. Mike is not interested in the back of Thieves. Oh, and there's a book on blind. That is hammerlocked, so we do have to keep track of that.
Yeah, that is quite interesting, though. Opens up some checks in Desert Palace. We could theoretically clear that once we find a fire source. Also, of course, the tablets.
Neither of which is accessible to us yet.
Yes.
Can't even check them without the mirror or hookshot hammer. And would need another sword to get those items off there anyway. Book might be my least favorite item in the game. Like, I feel like any seed where I have the book, it's probably costing, like, just makes the seed slower. Even if something is required on one of those checks. All of those checks are annoying.
I'm pretty sure the one time I have won a daily race was when I skipped something out of nowhere.
Oh.
And hey, boots,
Nice boots.
On the digging game. Both of our
Game
brothers
is playable.
find that. But yeah, I just skipped something out of nowhere, didn't get book, and so didn't get baited into a bunch of terrible checks.
Yep.
So yeah, with the skip of the back of Thieves Town, Mike is a little bit ahead going into the South Dark World loop here. Was trying to take the Smith back to his house before remembering he didn't have mirror. Despite our Dark World access, we are kind of running out of things to do. We're going to see Hype Cave here, but can't go any further without Hammer or Flippers to get around the East Dark World.
Do you, if you're Mike, do you set up a double water walk here to sequence break the bow?
That is definitely a potential now with the with those boots. Gosh.
I mean, something else has got to come up, right?
Yeah, that is pretty tempting, honestly, because it might just be there's something in the Eastern Palace dip, and if you could have that bow and just actually beat it while you're there. Yeah,
like setting up that double water walk is costly. It is time intensive. You have to run all the way to Ice Palace to Ice Rod Cave, right? And set up the water walk in there, and then nail the fake flipper on the first try, which is trivial with bombs.
Yeah.
You know, and then go all the way and go use that water walk. Oh, you don't even need the double water walk. So I guess you could do it at Mini Moldworm Cave, because you're not doing. All you would need is to swim your way. Maybe you do need it. At any rate, the point is it's time intensive.
Yes. And yeah, we see Mike's direct line of thinking, which was, I'll just deliver the Smith and then potentially go back in and finish off Thieves Town after this. But we'll see if that changes now with the boots find. We also picked up the bottle in Hype Cave, so we can grab Sick Kid while we're here.
So we had nothing on the Smiths, just $20 from Sick Kid. Where is Mike headed now? Lumberjack? Oh, that's an interesting possibility. Oh, wait, no. Ticknaldo looked at Lumberjack.
Yeah.
So Mike is going to do a Lumberjack check and head up the mountain. Did Mike scout Bumper Ledge? You know, I don't know that he did.
I don't believe so, no.
That's a problem. So now we've got a significant piece of information, asymmetry here on both sides, right?
Yeah.
So Mike knows that bow is sitting over on Zora Ledge. Ticknaldo knows that the hook shot is on Bumper Ledge. So it'll be interesting to see when each one of our runners finds out that other piece of information and to what degree it will make a big difference. Now, Swamp Palace is a pendant. Mike doesn't hover, I don't think, but I would not be surprised if he could Moldorm bounce. I am not certain, though.
The other thing about Swamp being a pendant is if one of our runners goes back with the boots and water walks their way to that bow, they could wind up skipping flippers in this seed also. Just fake flipper your way into ice.
Sure. But a lot of these things are a little bit down the road. All right, just bombs on Spec Rock. We still got a lot of items before we can talk about the mirror not being required. All right, nothing on left side mountain. It's looking like Eastern is the play.
Although Ticknaldo can do purple chest into desert.
Oh, into desert. That's true with that book. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mike's gonna turn into mushroom.
Nice bonk for the easy fake flipper there.
I like that bonk fake flipper setup so much that I often do it when I have flippers. Just $300 from the locksmith, and Ticknaldo is going to dip into Desert Palace without a fire source. He hasn't done a Gina yet, so he's going to do that first. Oh, good. There's our hammer on the mushroom.
That is definitely a find.
Mike's gonna think about this for a second and head to Sanctuary.
Now might be headed back into Thieves Town with that hammer.
Yep, and then maybe clear up hammer pegs and purple chest.
Yep. Oh my gosh, shovel on the desert ledge.
Shovel hype, I guess. Ledges, absolutely loaded ledges in this. 3 ledges. We've had 3 ledges and 3 trackable items. I won't say that the shovel is progression necessarily, but it's like why is that there? The avian art mode that Mike helped invent. Shout outs to Avian Art, by the way. A very inconspicuous and normal randomizer tournament or something like that. Was very fun last year. A bunch of like dumb meme modes. Mike is one of the admins of that tournament. And I'm looking forward to it coming back after the main tournament is over, because it's a good way to have fun with this game instead of just be stressed the whole time. Imagine having fun playing Rando. Oh, nice pixel. He got it with fighter sword, no less. Very good.
And the enemy's cooperating, rewarding the good play.
Yep. That pixel is way easier to hit for the God Pixel there in the Hellway in Thieves Town if you dash if you start dashing in the door, rather than moving into the room first, because it helps you stay on the grid.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So no fire source in desert. So Ticknaldo is going to run over here, get this shovel, and get out of here. So what do we need for go mode? We need a fire rod for Swamp Pal, or for Skullwoods rather. We need a flute and the cane for Misery Mire. We technically need the flippers for Ice Palace, but we can get around that if possible. And we need to pick up that bow, and we need to make sure the maiden's following us. Need to pick up that bow for Eastern Palace. No juice on the shovel today, just $20.
Yeah.
Normally, I would be happy to dig up $20, but not in this game.
Yeah, and that book did just mostly serve as bait, and Ticknaldo is going to head over into the eastern area. We've got Saha's closet. Oh, we're not?
We're not.
Book scout of the island? Yeah.
Oh, okay, we are. Yeah, never mind. So I think this play over to Eastern by Ticknaldo, I think very reasonable from his perspective. There almost has to be something over here. It is going to be a little bit unfortunate that he is going to end up double dipping Eastern Palace, because he doesn't know about that bow over on the Zora ledge and can't get to it anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not bailing from Eastern. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. He could be thinking about that mushroom next.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So that'll help. He'll get that hammer.
There we go.
Both runners bailed after Uncle too. So there's also the front of escape and Dark Cross left. Dark Cross isn't his logic, but the front of escape is nothing on hammer pegs. So Mike's going to get that $300 from Purple Chest here, and we'll see where he goes. There's Ticknaldo's hammer at 30 minutes. Thieves Town Big Chest had the key, the small key in it, Fletchy.
Ooh, this feels like Ticknaldo is doing this pendant pod that our tracker Nervadults just mentioned in chat. Because I don't know what else Hammer would open up right here.
Pyramid Ledge and Catfish.
That's true.
But why would anybody willingly go to Pyramid Ledge? Ticknaldo doing the smart thing and skipping that terrible check.
I would rather lose a race than rush Catfish, and I do that a lot.
Yep, same on Pyramid Ledge. Mike is setting up the water walk. Is going to run over and sequence break this bow.
Yep, and I think this makes sense. Before you do this eastern dip, if you know where the bow is and you could get it, even if it is a bit of a pain to do, this makes sense to me.
Yeah, this is going to be certainly, I think, save time on the off chance that you need to beat Palace of Darkness, and is pretty close, I'd say, to time. It's probably saves time coming out for a double dip of Eastern as well. And Flippers could just be an Eastern Palace for all we know.
Yeah, and then you would just work your way around this this double dip that the game wants you to do.
All right, Ticknaldo and Pendant Pod. Are there any Pendant Pod believers in chat?
Always hold your breath a little bit when doing this double water walk, because it's like, you know it's going to work, but also, what if it doesn't?
All right, Structural Mike with that bow. There's our big key for Ticknaldo in the bridge chest. So one other non-small key here in the front of Pod. All right, at the 33rd minute, we have our first mention of pedestal in chat. So let's deal with that, I suppose. Is Ped dead? No, Ped's definitely not dead. Flute could be on Ped. Cape. No, Cape couldn't be on Ped because Cape locks the hook shot. It's really just the Flute, though. Looks like.
Yeah, seems that way.
Nice mimic clip by Ticknaldo. All right, so we can skip the vanilla big key chest here in Pod. It is a small key. Oh, there's our flute. All right, rip Ped. Ped is dead.
So that opens up our mire shed checks. Also gives us logical access to that nothing that we found on Death Mountain earlier.
Yeah. So that's pretty good. So now where's the lamp? It's probably just in here too, to be honest.
Yeah, so that mimic clip plays with the collision. Those mimics don't have collision the first pixel that they move, so you just clip them into the wall one pixel at a time.
I need to practice that.
Yeah, I have never gotten it unbuffered, so it's very slow.
Mike is skipping the Eastern Palace big key chest. You love to see it.
Doing the thing.
Not necessarily because I agree with this play, but you love to see it because it always at least gives some intrigue to a restreamed race, which you love to see. It is out of logic without the lamp anyway.
And clearly Mike's very concerned about lamp logic as he goes through the dark room.
Yeah, no. Also, nobody's ever lost a race because of the Eastern Palace big key chest. Certainly not. Definitely not in this tournament. Pod looking like it is a whole bunch of garbo. And there's our second crystal from Mike. Not punished for the skip. Gets the third item there off of Armos Knights. A piece of heart, but that is crystal number 2 for Mike in the 36th minute. And it was, in fact, the compass in the big key chest. Ticknaldo walking out of Pod. Okay, dude.
Yeah.
I'm talking a big game, and this is going to be like Fire Rod and Pyramid Ledge, so something, and I'm going to last location it.
Feels like our runners are approaching that last location pretty quickly, though, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like, so the flute, Ticknaldo's got to go get that flute in Eastern. Flute when Mitz gives us Mire access, and we can do a whole lot in Mire. Oh, no, there's the cape!
The cape on the pyramid!
No! Oh, boy. That is big, big, big for Ticknaldo. He is the one with bumper ledge access or bumper ledge knowledge, and that is the hook shot. That is a big find for Ticknaldo.
And that's the thing about the flute, too, is now that Mike has that, it's not like he'll ever be walking past the pyramid on his way to Pod or something. That is going to be a hard item for him to find.
One of my mods, Saws, in chat, correctly saying that I am in shambles now. Oh, man, I lose this seed super hard.
think
That's a.
I think
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I think that could help Mike is finding the mirror, because then when you hit the point of like, oh, I'm gonna go to the castle, you mirror from pyramid to get there.
Yeah, that would definitely help. And Mike hasn't even seen Bumper Ledge yet, so.
Huh.
Now, if we find it's possible that this is that hook shot is skippable, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure Mike can Moldorm bounce. We should also mention that Ticknaldo found a sword at Catfish. Dipping Desert before Mire.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would have gone. Oh, that's a good point from chat, from Underlake type in chat. That sword at Catfish going there without the mirror means that those Zora area checks are pretty isolated for Ticknaldo. He's essentially committing to wait until he finds the flippers for those.
Yeah.
And maybe try to combo it with Ice Palace, which unfortunately is going to keep him away from that one and only bow for a significant amount of time. Ticknaldo going to pick up that hook Bumper Ledge, and I assume run straight up the mountain.
Yeah, because that's definitely our main progression at this point. Like, this is what's getting Mike stuck, is hook shot to get over to East Death Mountain.
Yes, Shady, you're right. It is disgusting.
Yeah.
And yeah, getting flippers puts him with this hook shot, right? He's got a full clearable pendant swap once he finds the, if he finds mirror and flippers, which are probably logically required, maybe not the mirror, but could push him to a pendant swamp that could be empty. That's a lot of checks there.
Yeah, and a question in chat about if he is going to do Swamp before doing those Zora checks. I think since we have Mitts to get into Ice Palace, there's a reasonable chance that he would do Ice and then maybe do the other flipper checks sometime around there, although we don't have mirrors, so that becomes harder. Yeah, that could be another trap to fall into. The seeds just dropping them all over the place.
Always fun races to watch, like when both runners have some kind of advantage, and it just comes down to when is one of them going to go get the other thing the other person knows about.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mike is going to do the front of escape here, so unfortunately this takes away a potential out to get that, or isolates Pyramid Ledge even farther.
Right.
At this point, I wouldn't be surprised to see each of these guys' last location the thing that the other one has.
Yeah, exactly. I think the other downside for Mike here is that this is unlikely to have anything of interest. Like, if he came in here and found, cane or a rod or something like that, no problem. But probably going to be junk, because it just feels like Death Mountain's got everything we want right now.
Yeah, Death Mountain by far the densest option. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 checks for Ticknaldo, not even counting Tower of Hera. So Mike, you don't need that key.
If you're in that room and you've got the boomerang selected.
Oh, yep, and there are those flippers.
Oh, that's big for Ticknaldo.
So that is a full clearable Ice Palace now. We have some Rule of Fire potential. Perhaps Fire Rod in there, locked by Bombos.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing in the front of escape. Ticknaldo realizing he routed this not quite the right way. Or he's going to go... Yeah, without the... oh, did he not do the 5? He didn't do the 5 checks. He just did the bomb jump.
You know, sometimes you just get really excited to bomb jump.
Yeah, that's true. Unfortunately, StructuralMike headed into Pendant Pod here. Is there an item? Oh, and there's the mirror. So, unfortunately for Mike, it's seeming like the hook shot was the more important. No, he's going to Pyramid Ledge.
Going to Pyramid.
This is a big play for Mike, because if he had gone into Pendant Pod, that would have been given a bunch of time back to Ticknaldo.
And from the Pyramid, since he's got Flute, he is, closer to checking Bumper Ledge than he is to checking going Independent Pod. So he's likely to follow up on this right away.
And he might run up to Catfish too, knowing that he doesn't have a better shot.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll get that mirror. He'll get the Master Sword there as well.
Which I don't think he'll be sad about.
No, certainly not. There's just $50 on Ether Tablet. He has not checked Bumper, Shady, but given how little he has available to him, he might, I could see him running over there and checking it. It's just like, oh, the cape, this is the last piece of progression. Maybe you do that before Pod, I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. We've sort of seen both of our runners, when they decided to follow the book into Desert, right, they then followed up on the shovel fetch quest right away, which admittedly is a shorter fetch quest than going into Dark World and making it to Bumper Ledge and everything.
Sorry, this is not gonna work here. Yeah, he needs to mirror. He caught the... So even that new Raiden pot setup, you need to make sure your Ancilla is clear by not picking up a drop from the mini mold arm while it's in midair. This setup is guaranteed to work independent of sub-pixels, but can still be messed up by that. So you just mirror back and you're fine.
Oh, Mike is taking the cape straight to Spike Cave.
This is interesting. Without the mirror, I think I like this better than going straight to Bumper Ledge, because you're going to want to save and quit out of Spike Cave anyway. Thank you, Malmo, for schooling me on the actual technicalities of this. It is the altitude variable, which is not an Ancilla thing. If you need to know about the inner workings of this game, ask one of the best glitch players on the planet. It was a hard set. Save the magic. That's a big boy play. There's crystal number 2 for Ticknaldo in the 46th minute, taking down Moldorm. I did not see whether there was an item in the basement. Oh, and here's Bumper Ledge for Mike. So this is good. He's going to get back on track.
Yeah. Really big for both of these players, finding the right breadcrumb to follow at pretty much the same time.
Yep. And thanks, chat. That was both items out of attempted shovel dash instead of hammer dash. That's good. Both items out of Tower Hera, so we don't need to worry about that. Rip the basement.
Well, we didn't have a fire source anyway, so
yeah. Mike gonna be happy to see that hook shot here. There's that Hera basement emote. I was to say, one of these memers in chat has to have that I Heart Hera basement emote.
And now Mike following Ticknaldo up the mountain immediately. No surprise.
So at this point, I would say advantage Mike. It was advantage Ticknaldo there for a little while, but now Mike is the first one of our runners to get both of those items that were causing that information asymmetry between the runners. So the big question, I think, from here on out is when the heck does Ticknaldo go to Zora?
Yeah. So with the mirror, again, it could be right after Ice Palace.
Yep.
Right before Ice Palace is also not crazy, right? Like,
sure,
you go up
yeah.
there, you come back through the whirlpool and right into ice from there.
Yeah.
So there are some options around ice, but also going into swamp would not be unreasonable at this point either.
No,
so
certainly
that's really
not.
the danger for Ticknaldo.
Yeah, we're still looking for Fire Rod and Cane of Samaria to beat this seed, but that's all that we need. Ticknaldo going to be finishing up his route here at Spike Cave. And there was a whole bunch of nothing on Dark Death Mountain. Ooh, just barely got that cape off in time. Cape does not grant you invincibility immediately. There is a little bit of a lag between when you push it and when you actually have the invincibility. So it is as opposed to Cane of Burna, which does it immediately. So very risky to go all the way down to 1 heart in Spike Cave before activating the cane, or before activating the cape rather. All right, Ticknaldo running over here to Lake Hylia. Gonna do this check here. Gonna do the hobo. Very little magic, so I'd be surprised if Ticknaldo ends up going directly into Ice Palace here. So this could be nice. This could be the Zora play before that.
This is also something I find fascinating, is the way that glitches shape our routing. Because like 2 years ago, I think you would be more likely to go straight into ice, but now you're sort of thinking, oh, if I find Cane in these flipper checks, then ice becomes so much better, right? So
yeah. Look at that old school Harapot setup. Oh, thought maybe for a minute, but he's going into Ice Palace. So we're going to do this first. Don't be afraid of caneless ice, people. It's okay. Just do the bomb jump. Oh, he's going to go ahead and use his blue potion immediately, which is a little unfortunate. But was just a tick too low on magic there. Looked like to use Bombos, unfortunately. I don't know that was a spin. Might have been a poke. It was a poke.
Yeah, the same thing happened to Ticknaldo, but both of them recovered really nicely.
Yeah. That's crystal number 3 for StructuralMike in the 51st minute. Or crystal number 3. Yes, that is Hera done. There's the lamp.
Good old lamp in Ice Palace.
That's good. I mean, the desert's clearable now. That is logically required for Misery Mire. Rule of Fire. Yeah, exactly. Fire locked fire, everybody.
Yeah, I've played many a seed where I would love to have found the lamp at 50 minutes instead of an hour 20 or whatever.
Yeah, we love lamp here on this broadcast. Shout-outs to the community's biggest lamp lover, Scottish Brave, who has just started her race.
I comped their race yesterday, and they found lamp in pod dark basement.
Yeah, it was just there in the match that's going on right now on SpeedGaming Prime as well. In that's Audra and Brogor, Adraxis and Brogor.
Down to the last bomb on that Ice Palace bomb jump, but
that's all. Doesn't quite get the stair clip there, but can do the hook. Where's Mike going at this point?
Yeah, I was about to say he's going to get the benefit of just saving and quitting out of Super Bunny, but...
Oh, he's got the flute.
Oh, of course. Has he got Spiral Cave yet? Ah, okay.
Is Ticknaldo skipping the right side? He didn't have a key, and so he went to Freezor chest. Didn't get a key there.
I guess might just hook shot over to it coming out of here.
Nope. This looks like just go beat Cold Stare. Maybe you go back in.
This is an interesting choice.
Yeah, I mean, you see, I feel like I think mainly I've seen Vortex talk about it. Vortex in chat saying that he approves of this play. And I think, if I recall correctly, that's who I've seen advocating for this in the past as well. So we'll see if Mike does the same thing. There's one item. I think that lamp is the only item that we've seen in Ice Palace.
Yeah, I sort of lost track of what we got out of these chests, so I'll keep a closer eye on Mike's.
Ticknaldo down to 1 heart. Trying to get as much damage there done with sword slashes, which slow down that match. Drain from the cape. Gets a puff down, so that'll help. But, oh no!
Oh, ran out of magic at just the worst time.
Yep. That is unfortunate. He's just going to save and quit and come back later. So that is unfortunately a significant time loss for Ticknaldo.
Yeah. Now he's really going to want to have the cane before he comes back. Just to be able to rush to Cold Stare faster.
Chat saying we also had the single arrow in ice. So there was at most one item over there on the right side.
Right.
So I get Ticknaldo's thought process there.
Mm-hmm.
Because those 3 checks coming at it without the cane are quite slow.
Especially because to sort of go down the logic rabbit hole, right? If, depending on what there could have been on Cold Stare, right? Like, he can't have a key unless the cane is in logic. And so, you know, maybe it's like, well, it's less likely to be progression because then the cane would be locked behind it. You know, there might be other considerations there once you get into the subtleties of it.
Yeah. And Godspeed to anybody who can keep track of that while they're running in a main tournament race. An elimination race for Ticknaldo.
Exactly.
Even, so.
There we go. Ticknaldo not picking up that key.
There's our last item in Ice Palace. Okay, 20 rupees, so...
Now, one thing that's interesting is I believe Mike left behind the Dark Cross item. He didn't have Mirror to get back very easily and also didn't have Lamp and was sort of trying to stick to Logic, I believe. But that is one extra thing that Ticknaldo is going to grab out of here.
That is true. And with that Lamp makes it trivial to do so. And the Mirror. Silver Arrow must have been here in Freezor chest, so Mike will be able to skip Ice Tea. because this is going to be the third item for him from his perspective. Just $300 in Dark Cross.
And the other unfortunate thing about saving and quitting out of ice. Oh, this looked like Ticknaldo was going to swamp, but perhaps not.
Maybe, I mean, he is setting up a water walk. He's going to go to Zora and get that bow.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to store that water walk. And is going to be rewarded for that heads-up play with the bow. That will bring Ticknaldo over towards Eastern Palace, which is where the flute is hiding. Start to try to claw back some of this time that Mike has up on him.
Mm-hmm. Mike really making short work of that cold stare fight with the hammer. Very nicely done.
And we do have for what it's worth, a cane-locked Ice Palace, which is not much. It's not worth much, but it is true. Looking for Cane and Fire Rod here. It feels like Misery Myers got one of them. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Could be Pyramid Fairy. Now with that Lamp Desert is clearable.
And of course, Pendant Swamp looming.
Sure. Oh yeah, Ticknaldo setting up that water walk. He's got the flippers, so it doesn't matter. Tick forgot that. We all forgot that. He's got the flippers. He doesn't need to do any shenanigans.
Shenanigans are their own reward.
That's true. That's true. Is Mike a believer in Juicetown? We're about to see. Gonna do
Mike's
back
a believer
desert
in
first.
Yeah, finishing crystals, which can't argue with that.
Nope. Is there an item here on Landmo?
I'm trying to think. I want to say no, but there was definitely like a heart piece on the torch. But I don't remember if the big chest had another item or not.
I do not recall either. So we're about an hour into this race. Let's reset. Thank you all for joining us, for tearing yourselves away from Tears of the Kingdom long enough to watch some rando with us today. I know it was difficult for me to do it, but that's okay. My name's Tyler Salt. I'm joined in the booth by Cool Papa Bell, 2282, for this Link to Pass Randomizer main tournament race in the first round of brackets between StructuralMike and Ticknaldo. StructuralMike up 1-0, and I would say in the lead here with this within this race. We are still looking for a Fire Rod and a Cane of Samaria.
All right, so that was the map on Landmo, but this will be the Pyramid Fairy opening up.
Yeah, I want to emphasize Juice Town and not anything else. Juice Town. Which is Misery Mire for the uninitiated. Mike not interested, though. Gonna go to Pendant Swamp first.
Well, or this could be Pyramid Fairy.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Bombos tablet?
Yep, Bombos into Swamp.
Yeah.
Seems to be the play. This definitely leaves a fair number of outs for Ticknaldo, right? Like if it gets into this question of, choose between, a dungeon, a crystal you can't finish, or a pendant you don't want to do, right? Like the more that the runners have to do, the more Ticknaldo has the chance to maybe get ahead by, I don't want to quite say get lucky, but sometimes you do just get lucky and make the right choice faster than your opponent.
Believe me, I am in brackets because in groups I was lucky as F. So luck matters in this game, folks.
So yeah, it looks like Mike focusing on the overworld, heading up towards the Pyramid Ferry.
So yeah, this I like this from Mike certainly before Pendant Swamp. All right, Ticknaldo taking down Armos Knights for his third crystal. Mike going for the bomb dupe. Nice. There it is. First try.
Oh, very clean.
I always end up having to go back and forth a couple of times.
Yeah, I played a little bit safer, but Mike also making some nice use of the hookshot and D-boost to give you a moment to start a dash and not lose the bomb.
Yep. Nothing in Pyramid Ferry today. Mike's gonna do Dark Cross now, I guess.
I mean, since he was coming back for Pyramid anyway, it's, minimal time lost, but still time given back. Ticknaldo activating the flute, and we'll head to the Mire area.
Presumably.
Very quickly, you have to think.
I would think that Ticknaldo would be more interested in a Mire dip here. I mean, he'll finish Desert first. But I would think that also a flashing lights warning. Sorry, on Ticknaldo's side. You'd think, given what options he has left and how late he was to the flute, I would imagine that a Mire play is in order, and Mike gonna give back some time to Ticknaldo here, is going over to Pendant Pod. Oh, no, excuse me, Hobo first, but still might be going to Pendant Pod here. Which I think makes sense from Mike's perspective at this point. But I do not recall. Does anybody know if there was an item on Helmasaur? I was not counting items super closely while Ticknaldo was in pod earlier. We have checked the stuff in the Mire area. We've checked Mire Shed and Checkerboard Cave, but neither runner has been into the Misery Mire itself yet. So the big outstanding plays here, since we know that we know from Ticknaldo's side that pod is almost certainly useless here. There could be progression on Helma, but we don't know. It's looking like Pendant Swamp could be a thing. Certainly a Vanilla Cane maybe in Mire is potential. A lot of gross things left for our runners at this point.
Yeah. Question in chat about TR Fire Rod. Yes. If our runners find Kane, Fire Rod can even be all the way back on Laser Bridge with the exact right key layout.
Ticknaldo picking up a potion. Also opted to not go into Misery Mire. Ticknaldo gonna go clean up Ice Palace, presumably with that potion buy. Yeah. Ped is dead, since you need both Cane and Fire Rod to beat Turtle Rock, which is a pendant, and that's all we need. So, rip Ped. Since I didn't mention it during my reset, shoutouts to Nervendulch as well, our tracker. Oh, oh man, I love that. You can totally get this. Oh yes, the OK Boomerang. Let's go. I love that. Any strat that lets you avoid actually going into the middle of that main hub room and pod is a good strat. That's one of my least favorite rooms in the game. I don't think I really realized just how much I hated that room until I started fooling around with Door Rando. But man, that room is not a fun one to find indoors. I gotta tell you that.
Oh yeah.
Ticknaldo not hitting the switch here. This is bad, right? He doesn't have the cane.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And that block does not stay pushed. Oh, this is if that's the case, then this is extremely unfortunate for Ticknaldo. So there are actually, so in this hard mode, Helior, there are 4 swords placed. All 4 swords are in the pool and placed, but you can only collect 3 of them. The 4th one that you collect will turn into a green 20. Nice stair clip there by Ticknaldo.
Cool. And yeah, Mike going ahead and finishing off Helmasaur while he's here.
Ticknaldo about to get the bad news here that he messed up and didn't do the bomb jump and does not have the cane and cannot open this door.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't have a key either.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's gonna feel real bad. At this point, that's some significant tilt potential for Ticknaldo in like doing that in an elimination race must feel mega bad.
And there was just no way around it at that point because we know that last small key is on
Cold Stare. Yeah. Misery Ice. So this is essentially a triple dip of Ice Palace for Ticknaldo. Nothing on Helma. Mike saves and quits. Doesn't need that pendant. We know Ped is dead. And this is looking like a little pendant swamp action for Structural Michael. Yeah, Chad making a good point. After that, I mean, like, he's already made, this is already his second, Yeah, this is I think at this point the time that it takes to get over here a third time is more than the time that you would save by finding the cane and coming back with Icebreaker.
Yeah, and also, like, nothing that this is where, again, the logic comes into play. Nothing that he finds in here can lead to cane, right?
Right.
Like, the only thing it could be is Fire Rod locked cane, but we know that's not going to happen.
Right.
So, because it just can't because of the small key on Cold Stare. But Mike is into Swamp at this point.
Just $20 in the first chest there. Well, the second chest, I guess. No!
Oh, that's so brutal.
Ugh. God, you hate to see this. Those puffs do 4 hearts of damage on green mail. This is where the hard part comes in. We've all been there, right? We've all had seeds where everything kind of goes pear-shaped. It's tough. Tough to watch. Harder to play, for sure. So, shout-outs to Ticknaldo for powering through. I think if this were a ladder race, right, I would have absolutely forfeit right there. I would have just said, nope, I'm done. I'm throwing my controller on the desk, and I'm going to go do something else with my day.
You've got to respect that the Ticknaldo was like, I'm taking down this Cold Stare if it is the last thing I do.
Yeah. The persistence is real, so. The only thing that could help him make this fight better, picking up nice 8 bomb drop there, wouldn't have been able to do the bomb jump. Would have been in the same position. But the only thing that could make this better at this point is a tempered sword. And you're just not, that's just not something that you can hope for. Nice diver down there with the fire bar, with the fire snake right there. That was good.
Yeah. So Mike on the left side finding a map. Love to see it. Oh, and there's our fire rod.
There's our fire rod. Mike is committed here to the back. Or committing to the back, at least. We are Kane for go mode at this point. All right, Ticknaldo, please just use your potion. Please just use the blue potion right now. Thank you. Just some money here. Still no big key, I think. Still no compass in Swamp Palace, so we still could get our Kane Samari here, but nope, we're done. And Ticknaldo mercifully is able to take down Cold Stare this time, and does indeed get his 5th crystal, but is now pretty far behind Mike at this point.
Yeah, would need to get to that fire rod really fast.
Yeah.
But
because there isn't even really any like out of the way weird place for the cane to be that isn't rod locked, unless it's vanilla.
I think it's just vanilla, yeah.
And so Ticknaldo making that play, which I really like. This is probably the play that Ticknaldo needed to make at this point, but I don't know that it's gonna be enough.
Yeah, this is the point where when you start to feel behind, you maybe need to do some checks that you think your opponent isn't or hasn't done yet, right? Since those are your potential outs, but
unfortunately, I think that's just too much time lost in Ice Palace. Because yeah, Mike is headed here right after Skullwoods for sure.
Yeah, rushed the crystal with the fire rod, but then I think Meyer is about all he has left at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple weird one-offs like Graveyard Ledge, maybe, but
I guess that's, yeah, he has, we haven't seen Graveyard Ledge for either runner. Ticknaldo had the mirror when he was in that area, but chose not to go over there. That would be that'd be a rude place for Kane to be, but that's pretty much it. Key on the bridge chest. Down goes Moth for Mike. And we got a compass.
Yeah, Mike showing off more of those hammer boss strats. I think we had found all of our items in Skullwoods, right? So this was, oh no, Mike's going back in. So
no,
it must be
I think I think there was only one. So we are going to get an item here, or the big key, I suppose. Or did we open the? No, we did. We had the big chest earlier.
Yes.
Oh, and there it is.
Oh.
At 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 30 some odd seconds with that Cane of Samaria, StructuralMike gets the goods out of Skullwoods and is in go mode. And that is unfortunately going to be just about all she wrote for Ticknaldo in this year's main tournament. You know, never say never, but it's going to take something real weird at this point.
Well, the Tempered Sword out of the map chest there.
That feels good, at least. Maybe it feels bad for Ticknaldo knowing that this was sitting here and he could have had a way easier Cold Stare fight if he had just put it off longer. But yeah, and Mike might not get that Tempered Sword. That's a good point.
Yeah.
In fact, given where it is, I'd be surprised if he does get it.
I gotta say, I have not seen that hookshot clip to the torch before.
Can you get back out?
I think he's gonna push the middle block. Yeah, that's pretty cute.
That can't be faster.
I mean, but is it swaggier?
Oh, it's definitely swaggy. I've never seen it before, so I like it.
That's just the seed mocking you at that point. That small magic decanter there is replacing the half magic in the pool.
In the last feed I watched, that was on Zora, which is even worse.
Oof.
Yeah, Mike not going to get that Tempered Sword.
Yep. There's a decent chance it's in GT Basement, but it could also just be hidden away in Turtle Rock where no one's ever going to find it.
Yep. But with those early silver arrows that we got, that at least takes out most of the spins on a Ganon. Yeah, a good. So hard mode originally was intended to mimic the NMG layout, right? So so you get tempered sword at max, one shield at max, no half magic, no silvers, only green mail, that sort of thing. But we've modified it a little bit for the tournament, and so instead of no silvers, we get non-progressive bows. So the silvers are in the pool, but they are not a separate bow. You still need to find them separately from the bow, the way that things used to be. At least there's not too much difference that, or a chance that Ticknaldo's not going to skip left side swamp here, because there's not much else that he's got.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Papa, do you like numbers?
I do like numbers.
How do you feel about
numbers between 1 and 22?
That was my next question. So, hey, chat, if you like numbers between 1 and 22, put one of them in chat and see what happens. No, we're gonna do the Ganon's Tower Big Key guessing game as Structural Mike is headed up to Ganon's Tower. There are 22 locations in the basement of Ganon's Tower, which can have the big key. Please put an integer, Professor Renderer, between inclusive 1 and 22 into chat. And if you were the first person to guess correctly where Mike is going to find the big key, then you are gonna win. Congratulations, you'll get some internet points. Integers, Professor Renderer. Integers. And Mach and Kamir. Unbelievable. -3 is an integer, but it's not between 1 and 22 inclusive. So, all these jokers in chat. Unbelievable.
How about algebraic integers? Do those count?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, okay. Probably doesn't mean it doesn't count then.
You can't guess e to the I pi plus 1 because that's 0, and it's gonna be there's no check hero. 0 and N, fight me. Oh, and Ticknaldo did not do left side swamp to begin with, so hopefully he'll go back in.
Mm-hmm.
But here we go. Guesses are cut off now. Mike, known memer. Gonna rando rush here.
I've been saying I have seen a tile room rush recently, although that was in a Fad Keys where we were also still looking for some pendant progression.
Mike does like a rando rush, but he also likes to limit variance. So he's actually going to find the big key there at 5. So never mind. Routing doesn't matter. Thank you to everybody for guessing. Our first 5 guess was from Thy Last Hope. So congratulations, Thy Last Hope. You win 1,264 internet points, which is Structural Mike's current rupee count. GG's. Please spend them wisely.
Although through the Argus fight, we'll go back in to cash in that big key and find the fire rod on the left side. At this point, it looks like Mike is most likely going to wind up with this Master Sword Ganon fight, so... Certainly not the easiest way to end out a seed.
I mean, he'll check the upstairs checks. But yeah, when you got Master Sword, you kind of want the big key to be late, so to maximize your chances of finding a Tempered Sword.
Right.
Ooh, unfortunately, the shooter and the lag making things difficult for Mike's Lambo 2 fight. Nice double bow shot there.
That was very clean.
This might be the first time that fiat currency has ever been mentioned in SpeedGaming chat. So that's good. We did it.
Achievement unlocked.
Man, I can't do the movement in Torches 2 clean enough to not get hit there. I just can't do it.
Yeah, Mike making very quick work of this climb.
This is unfortunately going to be a just about hard last location of the Fire Rod for Ticknaldo. And he is going to run over here and check Cave 45 before heading over to Skull Woods. Still no Tempered Sword for Mike. Will the Moldorm chest bail him out? No. Just one last FU compass. Oh, the blue ball ruining what I think might have been the 3-3.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it looks like it was 2 in that first phase, unfortunately. But there it goes. Down goes Agate 2. StructuralMike 1. Ganon fight away from advancing to the second round of brackets.
And I hope everyone in chat likes sword spins, because we're about to see a lot of them.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, getting the cane strats for the double spins. Very nice.
Yeah. Mike likes these and is pretty good at them. Misses it there. Ooh, nice placement up here. Get 2 free doubles there. The cane does a lot of lag, but lets you get doubles in a bunch of places. My understanding is, I haven't figured out how to do those yet, but my understanding is you need to hold away from the block, which is a little counterintuitive to get the block to stay there.
Mm-hmm.
As Ticknaldo takes down Moth. About to get his Cane of Samaria here. And Mike is through the hard part of this fight. Well, any direction while spinning. Thank you, Beer.
Yeah, really made quick work of those first two phases. So,
and those first two phases, when you have silvers, are very much the hard part.
Mm-hmm.
There is go mode for Ticknaldo at 1 hour 32 minutes, some odd seconds. So he does make go mode before Mike is going to finish. And no! A fall from StructuralMike. It's fine. He'll be fine.
Yeah, grab the fairy off of the tree there. Just get a quick mental reset. We're running back up.
Yeah. Can't feel good for him, though. He's got to be sweating this out. So 24 more spins here.
I think that was an even faster trip through those first two phases that time around.
Whew. All right, here is Torch Glitch, which is not strictly necessary, but just misses the triple.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and goes for the double and misses it there. Gets a little greedy. Just gonna finish this off normally. And get your GGs in chat for one Structural Michael, who's going to win this race and advance on to the round of 32, eliminating Ticknaldo. And Mike is going to finish first with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 35 minutes, and 23 seconds. Spoilers, but Ticknaldo is going to see that result here in a couple minutes and forfeit. So GG's to Mike and GG's to Ticknaldo as well.
We'll see if we can get either one here in the booth with us for a quick chat.
We are joined by StructuralMike. Mike, GG's.
GG's, hello.
How clenchy? It was great?
Sure.
Okay. What made it great? Besides the win, of course.
I never had to use two hands to press the done button after a race before, so that was new. You all saw what happened. Like, if I lost there to a Ganon fall, I would beat myself up over it for a long time.
I was wondering how clenchy were you after that fall during that fight?
Yeah, you just don't think about it, you just go.
Yeah.
I looked at the race room like, okay, I'm still in it. And just focus again. That's all you can do, right?
That is all you can do. And there's the forfeit from Ticknaldo officially. I think that this is also being restreamed on SpeedGaming Deutsch. And so I think Ticknaldo is going to prioritize that interview there. So I'm not sure if we're going to have him in the box here, but we can talk to Mike for a little while. Mike, unfortunately, it was not as, unfortunately for Ticknaldo, it was not as close as you were maybe worried that it was during that Ganon fight. Ticknaldo had a hell of a time in Ice Palace, unfortunately. Oh, there's no German restream. Oh, sorry. Well, we'll see if we get Ticknaldo. Maybe not. But
it was a pretty rough set. Like it required a lot of thinking with routing, and to get. I really felt I had a good route. That's all I could think. Okay, I got a good route. I did everything efficiently. I just hope my opponent also did everything, but less efficiently. And I guess that sort of was the case in the end.
So I think one of the key turning points was when you decided to go to Pyramid before that pendant pod dip.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that decision?
I was in shambles, but you did the right thing.
I believe a lot of people were in shambles with the catfish sword and the pyramid cape. But yeah, I didn't want to go to pod without bow in logic and without a fire source in logic.
Or a fire source at all at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I would say, well, I'll just do pyramid catfish and then go to pod. And then you got cape, like, well, I guess I'll follow up on this BS now. And then you're like, oh, why didn't I scout Bumper Ledge? I never scout Bumper Ledge. It's a terrible waste of time. But once you find the cape, you regret.
Yeah, could have saved yourself a Spike Cave trip.
Probably would have done.
Probably not. You probably would have done it anyway.
Yeah. Was there a sword in Gravel Ledge? Is that where the sword was?
No, it was in the Meyer map chest. Ticknaldo went in there looking for Fire Rod or Cane, and got a sword out of it, but nothing else.
Yeah, but yeah, it was really fascinating early because
there's a sword on Ped.
Oh my gosh!
Beautiful,
amazing.
But yeah, Mike, you scouted out the bow on Zora Ledge early on, which Ticknaldo did not see, but he did see Bumper Ledge earlier. So there was an interesting knowledge gap between the two of you for a lot of that race.
Right, yeah. I was hoping that my opponent, like Ticknaldo, wouldn't scout Zora Domain, because I felt I had money that my opponent probably didn't have. So they probably would have delayed Zora for that reason.
Well, and he also started Uncle, so that Moon Pearl, he had Mitts already, and Moon Pearl was Dark World access for him. So
right, even easier to skip.
Yeah, he just bailed after Ice Rod Cave.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah, nice bow.
Yeah, great bow. Great bow. It was always interesting. We had 3 trackable items on ledges, which was really fun. It's like that information asymmetry is something I was talking about a bunch during the race. Is always really fun to watch as a runner, or as a viewer rather. So I'm glad that happened in this seed. We had a bunch of fun stuff. Now you moving on now to the round of 32. Congratulations! You're going to face the winner of the Hydropower Magnet Hands match. How do you feel about that?
Exciting.
Yeah.
I want to face either runner, so that's cool. I don't think I've ever, I've followed Magnet Hands, since I started racing, so he's always been there, like a few months ahead of me. I don't think we faced off in a tournament yet, so that would be cool.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Hydropower, one of my favorite chatters as well. Great presence in chat. So, and a great runner in his own right as well. So, looking forward to that matchup in a couple weeks when the round of 32 kicks off. GG's again, Mike.
Thank you. That was, good wins for me. Ticknaldo is strong.
Yes.
Basically 50-50 in ladder, so I had no idea how these races would go. So pulled it out, got to win.
you've avenged our mutual friend Dr. Earworm as well, who had a heartbreaking loss to Ticknaldo in groups.
That's right. This one goes to you, Dr. Earworm. Dedicate this Ganonfall to you.
All right. So what do we have coming up here on the schedule? I've got a little bit of a break here. We've got another tournament race. Let's see, being restreamed, looks like at 7:10 Eastern. We've got Ninjembro versus Big Dunka on the schedule. And then a little bit later than that, at 10 Eastern, we've got Ganon's Gone Wild versus PH and Spleeby versus Jet. All three of those are fun races. And right now, I believe over on ALTTP randomizer, and maybe we'll go raid them because I think this is the only thing that's going on SpeedGaming right now. Is game 2 between Scottish Brave and her opponent, who
CS Tutor.
CS Tutor. Yeah, Tutor up 1-0 in that race, or in that series. So maybe we'll hop over there and check out that race. But thanks for joining us, everybody. Mike, any final thoughts?
Go Rando.
Go Rando. I like that.
I love Rando. And thanks for watching, and thanks for restreaming. I hope it was good.
It was good. Papa, it
Absolutely.
was fun to share the booth with you again. It's been a little while.
Indeed, always a good time. So, yeah, I will also say thanks everybody for watching. Also, thank you to our tracker, Nervendoch. And I hope I'm saying that right, but I think I say it differently every time. But absolutely, thank you for keeping us in line. And yeah, go Rando.
Go Rando. Thanks everybody for watching. For Cool Papa Bell and StructuralMike and Ticknaldo and Nervendoch Tracker. I like how I mumbled there, so I didn't have to make a strong choice about how to pronounce that. And all of us here at SpeedGaming, thank you all very much for watching, and we will see you next time.